Time to bring you up to speed on what's going on with the repairs on this 1986 Corvette. This is the dash, center console stack, and this is the console. And we have repaired everything that needs to be done on those to make sure they stay together. And the radio is now mounted. I've seen better mount jobs, but this will do for now. At least it's not flopping around in there and it won't slide around when I'm driving. Now what we're working on now is the fan motor. This is the switch to the fan motor. And if you remember last time we did a video on this, I told you that the fan motor didn't want to work like it was supposed to, so we have the fan motor out now, and we've already blown it out with the compressed air and lubed it up with some oil, and it seems to run and turn more freely than it did before I took it apart. So hopefully that'll take care of the problem. It seemed like it was too dirty and bound up to turn freely. So that's what we did. We took it apart. And I'll show you that here in a minute because it's still out on the bench, but it's all ready to go back in. So just wanted to let you know that the console is now done. We had to do something on this power window switch here to make sure that it didn't push through once we try to use it, because the outer casing, like the one on this one, is missing. It never was here. So we had to kind of improvise and come up with a solution to make sure it doesn't fall through while we're operating the switch. Had to put in like 15 screws, took out like 5. The stereo now works like it's supposed to. Both the rear speakers work, left and right channels. It comes on with the key in the ignition position as well as the accessory position, or the off position. Anyway, when you turn the key all the way back, it comes on like it's supposed to. When you turn the key all the way on to start the car, that comes on like it's supposed to. Okay, here's the area where the cabin blower motor goes. It's on the passenger side, right inside the side skirt, and right behind the rear splash guard behind the front wheel. It's where the blower motor goes. You see that? And to access that, you have to pull this back. It's the splash guard. There's a bunch of screws in it holding it up here. And then there's the ones that hold on the side skirt down there. This has to come undone just to pull the blower motor out of its area right there, out of the mounting area right there. This is the blower motor. We had to put some oil in it. We even did some WD-40 in it. So the thing that was holding it up was that wasn't spinning as freely as it is now. What you have to do is when you take it apart, you have to take that little cage off, this little squirrel cage. There's a set screw that holds it to that shaft there. And once you take that off, then you have holes in there where you can blow out the rust and the dust with compressed air. And then you stick your oil in there and you lube up the parts that are by this bearing here and on the other bearing on the other end of the shaft, and it makes it spin a lot more free, and hopefully that'll take care of the problem. Hopefully it won't blow a fuse or quit running on us. So that's one thing we have to do, is we have to test this now. We're going to go ahead and stick this back in the car and we're going to go ahead and test it. And if it doesn't seem to work properly, then we'll go ahead and get one from a wrecking yard, or maybe even get a new one from from the auto parts store. So that's where we're at now. We're installing the cabin blower motor.